Welcome, all my dear students, in TY Basic Physics class. Previous lecture we studied class B push pull emitter follower in details, and in this lecture we are going to see the differential amplifier. Somewhat introductory part are also studied in previous lecture regarding differential amplifier. Now in previous lecture I have told you that components like resistors, diodes and transistor are the practical component in typical ICs. Even those small capacitors of the order of 50 picofarad may also be used, and due to this IC designers cannot use coupling and bypass capacitors used in discrete circuit. Instead of that, the IC designers has to use direct coupling between stages and also need to eliminate emitter bypass capacitor without losing too much voltage gain. So differential amplifier is a circuit which can eliminate the need for an emitter bypass capacitor, and hence differential amplifier is used as the input stage of almost every IC's op amp or operational amplifier. Now we are going to see differential input and output. This figure shows differential amplifier. The circuit has two common emitter followers or two common emitter stages. This is one of the emitter stage or single stage amplifier here, common emitter, and here is the another common emitter stage. So this circuit has two common emitter stages in parallel, both are parallel to each other, with a common emitter resistor. For this and for this, for both the stages, this emitter resistor is common. Though this circuit has two inputs V1 and V2 and two collector voltages VC1 and VC2. There are two collector voltages here and here. Though this circuit has two inputs V1 and V2 and two collector voltages VC1 and VC2, the whole circuit is considered to be as one stage, as there are no coupling or bypass capacitor. There is a no longer cutoff frequency. The AC output voltage is the voltage. AC output voltage is the voltage between the collectors, these collectors and this collector, between the collectors with this polarity minus plus. So from this we have V out is equal to VC2 minus VC1. This is called differential output. This is called differential output because it combines two AC collector voltages, this one and this one, into one voltage, that is V out, and that equals the difference of the collector voltages V1 and V2. V output is the difference of VC1 and VC2. and VC1 and VC2 are two different. In ideal situation, the circuit has two identical transistors. Ideal situation, circuit has two identical transistors and equal collector resistances, that is this RC and this RC. With perfect symmetry, when these two transistors are equal and when these two resistors are exactly equal, then V out is exactly equal to 0. But when there is a difference, that is when V1 is greater than V2, V1 is greater than V2, output has the polarity looking like this. And when V2 is greater than V1, then this polarity change. That means for this polarity, for this difference, the polarities look like this, and for second difference, polarity look like this. That means if voltage V2 is greater than V1, the voltage is inverted and has opposite polarity. The differential amplifier has two separate inputs. Differential amplifier has two separate inputs, V1 and V2. Input V1 is called non-inverting input because V out is in phase with V1, and the other input V2 is called inverting input because V out is out of phase of this V2. And when both inverting and non-inverting voltages are present, the total inputs is differential input. So this is the differential input and differential output. This figure illustrates differential input and differential output. And because of this, output voltage equal to the gain. Output voltage is equal to the gain times the difference in two inputs, that is V out is equal to A in bracket V1 minus V2, because gain A is nothing but output voltage divided by input voltage. And therefore, from this we have, since A is equal to V0 upon V1 upon V2, therefore V0 is equal to A into V1 minus V2, where A is the gain. Okay, now we are going to see single-ended output. This is two-ended, this end and this end. This is two-ended output. Now we are going to see single-ended output. I am going to make a small change in this diagram. And the change is looking like this. See. So instead of two-ended, we are going to consider single-ended. So we replace one resistor. This is the figure for differential input. There are two input, differential input and single-ended output. This is single-ended output. Okay. And for symbol for this single-ended the differential input and single-ended output is look like, symbol of this figure is look like symbol of op-amp, that is V1 and V2, and this is single-ended output, V out, and there are two input V1 and V2. This is non-inverting, and this is inverting. So this figure represent single-ended instead of two single-ended output. Now in this figure, differential amplifier requires a floating load because neither end of the load can be grounded. See here, neither load can be grounded here, and this is inconvenient in many cases since loads are open single ended, that is one end is grounded. Now this figure shows which one? This figure shows differential input, that is two input V1 and V2, and single ended output. This figure or this single ended differential amplifier has many applications since it can drive single ended look like common emitter stage. Single ended look like single end load look like common emitter stage. Emitter follower of this emitter follows means transistor of this circuit and other circuit, emitter follows and other circuit. The AC output is given as here V out is equal to V2 minus V1 into A. Okay. With a single ended, see here, this is the output for differential input and differential output, that is before this one. Now here in this figure we see that the block diagram, we are going to see the first bubble. Okay. With a single ended output, note that single ended output, the voltage gain is half as much as differential output. In differential output, that is when there are two ended output, the differential gain is A is equal to V0 upon V1 by V2. That is gain is nothing but output voltage divided by difference in input voltage. But here in single ended output, the voltage gain is half as much as the differential output, as output is coming from only one collector. Okay. Now this figure shows block diagram symbol for a differential amplifier with a differential input and single ended output. The symbol is used here is same as that of symbol of op-amp, that is operational amplifier. The positive sign represents non-inverting terminal and negative sign or minus sign represent the inverting terminal or inverting input. Now we are going to see the non-inverting input configuration. So that we require both the figures, that is single ended and double ended. This is single ended. Now I am going to draw a figure for double ended. Same figure is there. This is the emitter follower, and these emitter followers are connected, and there is a common emitter resistance. Okay. Now there are two collector for two emitter followers, and this is two ended output. This is the collector, and collector voltage at the collector of first is VC1 and collector voltage at second one is VC2, and this is the base which is connected, signal is connected through the base. So this is input voltage V1, and second input voltage or second signal of input voltage is connected through this base. So this is the, and here this is RC for this follower, and this is the RC for this follower, and here positive of supply VCC is given to common. See here, this is differential input and differential output, that is double ended, and this is differential input and single output, that is single ended output and double ended output. So here now single ended output, we are going to see non-inverting input configuration. In non-input inverting configuration, sometimes only one input is active. Suppose this one is not 0. Here we can say that V1, only V1 is active. Here also only this one is active, V1 active and V1 active. In both cases, single ended and double ended. That means single, sometimes only one of the input is active, means other end is grounded, looking like this. So this configuration has non-inverting input and differential output, Since V2 is equal to 0, gain Vout is equal to V1 minus V2, but V2 is equal to 0, therefore into A. Therefore Vout is equal to only V1 into A, or A V1. Okay. This is about single ended. Now here also this is the single ended. Now this is double ended. Here and here also, remember that. Here also and here also the output is still valid. This output is valid. Vout is equal to V1, because in both the cases only one input, that is V1, is active and another is connected to ground. Now we are going to see inverting input configuration. For that purpose, inverting input configuration, we have to make a change in the diagram. See here, for non-inverting configuration, V1 is active, here also and here also. Now in inverting configuration, this is grounded, this terminal is grounded, and here V2 is active signal. Here also we can connect this terminal directly to the ground and signal here V2 is active. Here, or we can say that in some cases V2 is active and V1 is grounded, as shown in both the figures. Now in this case, Vout, by using this formula, V1 in this case V1 is equal to 0, When V1 is directly connected to ground, that means V1 is equal to 0. And when V1 is equal to 0, then from this equation, V out is equal to minus V2A, or V out is equal to minus A V2. Okay. This is the output which is valid for both of this figure. Now we are going to see some problems. Suppose we want to calculate the resonating frequency of tank circuit having capacitor. In a problem, I am going to solve some short problem, small problem, because due to lack of time and due to this pandemic condition, you know, our exams are conducted by university by online mode. So in that online mode, only objective questions are asked. So in order to give the answer for that objective questions, we have to carry out small problems, because big problems there is a inconvenient to ask objective question on a large problem, or what I say, number of stages problem. So I would like to solve some short problem or small value problem. So first problem, calculate resonance frequency of a tank circuit, that is class C operation. Okay, and in problem of tank circuit of class C operation, value of capacitor is given. C is equal to 470 picofarad, and inductors is also given. H is equal to 2 micro Henry. Suppose this is a tank circuit, look like this. And this tank circuit is using C class operation, or this is also called resonating circuit. Here C, value of C and value of H L is given. This is the inductance value. Okay. Now here we want to calculate resonating frequency. So first of all, we have to convert this into farad. 470 into 10 raised to minus 12 farad, and here 2 into 10 raised to minus 6 Henry. Okay. And formula for frequency, resonating frequency is Fr is equal to 1 upon 2 pi under root LC. So substitute the value of pi, that is 3.40, then value of L is 2 into 10 raised to minus 6, then C 470 into 10 raised to minus 12 picofarad. So we can solve this. 6.2 into 3.1, 6.28, and this 470 into 2 is 940 into 10 raised to minus 18. Okay. Now by using calculator you can simply solve. You will get 5.19 into 10 raised to 6 hertz, or 5.19 megahertz. This is the resonating frequency. Okay. Like this, there are number of problems can be asked in exam by only changing the values of capacitor and inductors. Now, when I explain every amplifier, at that time I provide you variety of formulas. Looking like this, in the similar fashion, you can solve number of problems. But due to lack of time, it is not possible to conduct or to solve all the problems here. I will try to give you number of solved problem in the form of PDF notes on our WhatsApp group. So here we completed total chapter, that is transistor amplifier. In next lecture we will start new chapter, that is feed effect transistor, that is FETs. Till then we shall stop here. Have a good day.